Now, what's going on when we create a data set of random data might not be obvious to everybody, so I thought I would take a minute and explain it today. This is an example from the Cody and Smith book on using SAS for statistics. And right here, we're starting with a data statement, data principles, creating a data set with the name of principal. Okay, pretty obvious. This here is a do loop. Starts with a do statement, ends with an end statement. Subject equals 1 to 200. So this do loop is going to execute 200 times. We're going to have a variable subj that is the number from 1 to 200. And then x1 is going to be a number, a random number from a normal distribution with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation and variance of 1. So it's a number from a random normal distribution multiplied by 50 plus 500. And then we're going to round that number, so it's an integer. Same thing here, we're going to do a number from a random normal distribution with a seed of 123, multiply it by 50, add 100, and then add 0.8 times x1. So as you can see, if we're using this for factor analysis, x1 and x2 should have a good bit of commonality. x3, same thing. We're going to create a number from a random normal distribution, multiply it by 50, add 100, add x1. So again, x3 and x1 should have some common factor, and then subtract 0.5 times x2. And again, there should be some commonality. Then we create x4, another random number. We round, so we all know the concept of rounding, right? We're going to round to an integer. A random number selected from a normal distribution. We have a seed of 123 times 50 plus 0.3 times x1 plus 0.3 times x2 plus 0.3 times x3. Output. What the output statement does is every time we go through this loop, it's going to output these four values that we just created. What the seed does is it starts that random number at a specific place. If you use a seed, when you rerun this data set, you will get the exact same results. If you don't use a seed, if you don't specify something here, SAS uses the time of day. So every time you rerun it, you'll get different results. So point is, use a seed when you're using a random number function. If you want the same data set every time you run the data step, don't use a seed if you would like a different set of random numbers. All right, let's click on our little running guy here. And now we have our output. And you can see we have the subject 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, all the way down. X1 is 484, X2 is 564, X3 is 315, and X4 is 381. So what this has done is create a data set with 200 rows, 5 columns, these 4 variables that we've created, and the subject number. So that is how you create a data set of random data.